Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well. And in this video, this is going to be our preview video here for Andor Episode 7. We're going to be talking about everything that we do know here about the upcoming episode here, as well as some of our theories and predictions that I'll be talking about throughout this video here as well. So stay tuned for that there as well. This video, we're going to be taking a read from inverses.com. They have like all the information here regarding a recap of the previous episode and then some of the main plot points that we might know about already here for Episode 7 of the Andor show. I will tell you guys right off the bat, already something that we do know here about Episode 7 is that it's not going to be following the same structure that all of the other episodes of Andor have previously done so. And what I mean by that is that the first 3 episodes are all a single arc, and the next 4, 5, and 6 episodes are all another arc. This here is something, of course, that we've been knowing here about the Andor show that it has been doing is following these type of arc styles with its episodes and storytelling very similar and closely to exactly what the animated Star Wars: The Clone Wars show does. However, I will have to say Episode 7 not following alongside with that trend and kind of like going forward with whatever story it might set up for episodes 8 and 9 is kind of nice. It's a nice breather. It's a nice little bit of a break from it there as well. This is going to be our one and only standalone episode here that we also know about here for the Andor show here, as well as they're going to go back to these arc episodes here, so to speak, and after this episode in episode 8, 9, and 10, and then from there the last 2 episodes are going to be the season finale that kind of like go back to back off of one each other and are kind of essentially like another like episode arc there as well. So this here is our one single episode that isn't following alongside with that type of like genre there and that kind of like aspects of storytelling here. It's going to stray away from everything from that. I also have to say right off the bat there as well, kind of as a like theory and suspicion prediction here rather for episode 7, is that this is going to be our flashback episode. Something that we know about from the teaser trailers and trailers and TV spots about the Andor show is that it's going to feature clone troopers, and I think that this is going to happen in this episode as, so to speak, like a flashback pretty much. Something else that we also know here is that Cassian's family, before the whole Empire took over and everything like that, were actually a part of the Separatists and sided with the Sis essentially during the Clone Wars here, rather than siding with the Republic. So seeing that viewpoint, especially here during the Star Wars universe during that time, I think is going to be very new, very unique, and very cool to see there as well. Like, how do you get behind that? How do you support kind of like what the Separatists are essentially kind of doing there is going to be something very interesting there as well. And on top of that, I think that Cassian's father-like figure is going to actually be killed, or rather executed, from these clone troopers that we also see throughout these different TV spots and promotions for the Andor show there as well. Now let's go ahead and talk about the like recap here and everything that we know from the previous episode here that might follow over into this episode here as well, although I really wouldn't like hold on to that there as much, aside from like the different various like other like kind of like character story arcs that have been going on there with the Andor show, such as like Luthen, or what's going on maybe with Sorrel Karn there, and also maybe Mon Mothma. Those are definitely going to be following forward here in the Andor show. Like, that's just a given type of thing. But regarding like the other characters that Andor had been previously with on the whole Aldhani mission and everything like that, I think those are all characters that might reappear later, like later down the road, maybe even like in a season 2, I think maybe, but I just don't foresee them like appearing anywhere in episode 7. It just doesn't make all that much sense to me. As Aldhani natives trekked deep into the valley to view the celestial spectacle called the Eye, Cassian and his fellow revolutionaries, aided by inside man Lieutenant Gorn, had infiltrated the garrison in disguise as Imperial soldiers and held Commander Behaz hostage to access the vault where the sector's payroll is kept. And this here would be our recap from the previous episode 7, or episode 6 rather here, reading from the inverse.com article. I have this full article linked down in the description down there below as well for you guys to check out as well. After an intense loading process and a firefight that took down Gorn and ex-stormtrooper Tymerin, Cassian piloted and the loot out of the fortress with the remainder survivors of their group in a freighter pursued by 3 TIE fighters amid a colorful meteor storm of epic proportions, hurtling cosmic rocks obliterated in pursuit. But Nemik was literally crushed by the Empire's wealth and passed away on the doctor's operating table after they had gotten away off-world and made it to a different nearby planet, rather, to kind of lay low and hide a little bit, when Scheme proposed and exposed himself even at that, and kind of proposed an idea as a petty thief attempted to stroll off with all this loot with Cassian. Cassian downright just shot the guy. After doing that, Cassian then asked Val for his cut and a spaceship to leave there, and from there he was done with that. Word of the heist hit Coruscant and the Imperial security on Beru on Coruscant, where everyone is on high alert. Mon Mothma sensed a mounting unease, while Luthen had enjoyed a moment of satisfaction at the end of the episode, which was honestly quite hilarious. Now that the Empire's Iron Fist has been tarnished, how will they respond to this in this upcoming new episode? In all those regards, and as far as everything goes from there, like what's going to happen in episode 7, I already discussed like all my own thoughts and opinions. I want to take a read here from what Inverse.com and their article has to say here about what the plot overall is expected for Andor episode 7. This is based off of different rumors and even speculations. Episode 7 will be a secret, standalone tale that's been kept under the wraps by the writers and the showrunner Tony Gilroy. After this self-contained episode, we'll launch into the 3-episode story arcs once again. Expected major fallout from the daring heist that will spread across the entire network of the galaxy of the fledgling rebellion, as they're all simply little kind of pockets and coves, and none of them even like know about each other half the time, or even have the knowledge of that they all have the same proposals and the same goals. Supervisor Ded Romero is idle for the past 2 episodes, will presumably get her chance to shine, as so will Syril Karn, as he's been sitting in his room while his mom's house, completely depressed and struggling with PTSD, which is humanizing your characters and something I have discussed before here on the channel. So to see Syril Karn and his character get back into action, especially with what they kind of set up there in the previous episode about how he still has it out for Andor and kind of like going rogue here at that alone and really wants to get at Andor for ruining his career, really is going to be interesting to see, as well as seeing Ded Romero finally really get into the nitty-gritty here and really get her hands dirty rather than just sitting around in an office. This is something that we do know about seeing from the different promotionals and trailers for the Andor show, is that she is going to be a little bit of action there as well. The article also mentions how Mon Mothma financial role likely won't go unnoticed, and Cassie needs to decide his future from here on where on earth is he going to go. I think that he's going to run back into Luthen, and Luthen's going to share a few words with him that are going to get him inspired once again and make him go on another rebellious type of, I guess, gig here, so to speak. That all being said, as Luthen and Mon Mothma had also met up in episode 4, and Mon Mothma mentioned some type of wanting to bring on some type of financial type of person to help her smuggle more money from the Empire to give to the rebellion, it's going to hopefully be revealed sooner than later about who this person would be. Of course, I have a speculation video on this here on the channel now for you guys to check out as well. That all being said, that there is where the article ends, and as I had also mentioned, I have this full article linked down in the description down below for you guys there to check out as well. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What do you guys think here about Andor so far as a show? What are you guys looking forward to seeing here with episode 7 and really the overall rest of the show here as well? I'd love to hear what you guys all think in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as it really does help with the channel, and check out Instagram Unofficial Star Wars for more Star Wars related content. Link down in the description down below. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. Thanks so much for watching today's video. May the Force be with you as always. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.